สวัสดีครับ Greetings to everyone from Bangkok. This time I will continue again to express my observation the activities of political parties and Thai politicians at this point in time in relation to the fact that the term of this parliament will end in the month of March 2023 next year. So we have about 4 or 5 months left for the parliament to end its session, to end its term. So, and the parliament will have to be dissolved at any time by the Thai Prime Minister before March, or he could go to the very last day, 27th of March, to dissolve the parliament so that the next election can be fixed and the political campaign will start in full swing and so on. But so every politician now know that the national elections will be coming soon in a few months' time. So political parties and politicians will have to prepare themselves for the upcoming elections in the first half of next year. But what we have seen so far is not the presentation of policy measures by political parties to the public at large. What we have been seeing in the past few weeks, few months and so on is the party hopping, that politicians jump from one party to the other in search of a home where they could become the candidates of that particular party, and they will hop from one party to the other because the prospect of being elected again will be much better in the new party, or that particular party will likely be part of the next coalition government, so they will be leaving their old parties and so on, whose futures will not be as conducive as before. At the same time, smaller parties are getting together to form one party, and medium-sized parties have started to talk with one another whether they could amalgamate and to form into a larger party. So what has been going on, and I am sure that for until the end of the year, so early next year, is this parties maneuvering, amalgamation, forming future coalition, and party hopping of politicians and so on. And the party leadership and administrators will not have the time to do the research and to sit down and write a party policy to offer to the public at large. What has been happening so far was only a few policy presentation and offer to the people, but they have to do very much not with the policy as such, but more as a populist offer to the people to gain the attention, to gain the popular vote and so on, like the basic income per day for the Thai workers. And the talk of the town now is to increase within the next 4 years from 334 baht per day to 600 baht. I see this not as a concrete economic development or policy measures and so on, but more as a populist policy measures in order to win vote and popularity. So it's a popularity contest more than any serious thinking into the way how to move Thailand forward from this sort of middle income country to become a modern, more developed one, more technologically oriented, more scientifically oriented, and so on, and not to depend itself on cheap labor, but to a more skilled and digital oriented labor to cater to the new industries and so on. So what we have to watch and what we have to do is to keep on pounding on the political parties that preparing for the next election is one issue that is unavoidable. I think the people can understand that. But at the same time or concurrently, each of the political parties should be able or must in a few days or in a few weeks time come out with a platform or economic policy paper to be offered to the people, so that the people will know and can decide which political party they could support based on sort of the socio-economic policy measures. How to get Thailand out of this middle income trap. How to move Thailand from the country of assembling electrical parts and car and so on to a more advanced industrialization, more value added, more knowledge based through the research activities and so on. And in which direction is the industrialization of Thailand is going to take place? It will go more for the biotechnology or for the green technology and so on. In what direction and in what manner, and who will be responsible, and how would be the cooperation between the government and the private sector, and how much of the research activities going to be undertaken in Thailand, both by the governmental agency, by the academic institution and the private sector, to move Thailand forward, instead of being always dependent on the scientific know-how, technological know-how and management know-how from other foreign countries and so on. Thailand should move for the next few decades by relying on its own scientific and technological ability. Thailand cannot go on producing low technology products, basic food items and so on, but more scientific oriented types of products, even in the food related industries. Not ordinary food, but healthy food backed up by a lot of research activities and so on. And this is something that political party must offer to the people, to the public at large, so that there will be some hope for Thailand to move forward and not to remain static with a sort of the sunset industries and so on. And this is a requirement on the part of the political parties for them to really put serious consideration into the policy measures, activities and so on. One cannot only see political parties spending most of the time on political campaign based on populist policy measures. We need a much more serious economic direction forthcoming from all political parties. Otherwise, Thailand will be taken over by Malaysia, definitely by Singapore already, and Vietnam is coming up fast. But Thailand is still, I think, remaining at the status quo, not moving forward for the last 10 or 15 years. I think we cannot afford to do that. We have to move forward, and to move forward depends very much on the vision and the direction of all the political parties of Thailand. Thank you very much ขอบคุณมากครับ